Hi, everybody. I'm Justin, and it's Tuesday. As typical, oh God, my brain's fried, guys. I apologize. I have COVID, and it's not working right today. My brain, that is. Fuck. This is on the internet forever. Anyway, Casey.
Hi, everybody. This is DMSAVINGTHROW. We're a D&D
Thank
homebrew
you.
podcast. In the
Thank you.
center here, you're going to notice that we have Tailspire. All around the outside are our players. Let me introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Casey. I'm playing Byron Bancroft. And I got to make out with a handsome orc last game. All right.
Oh my god.
You stole
Who was he?
mine!
Wait,
Hi,
stole
I'm
it?
Emily, and I play Maeve the Monk, and I was gonna say how excited I was that Byron and Casper finally kissed last week, but I guess Casey stole that, so I have nothing to say.
It's a big deal. Everybody can say it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Also, Rob, where's your
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Oh, Justin, you weren't here. Well,
No.
It wasn't my turn yet.
That's beautiful.
For everyone that's listening on the podcast, he put on a hat that says "not a cop."
Hello, my name is Lisa. I am playing Nyx, the reborn cleric. My fun fact this week is that I am also very excited about Casper and Byron finally smooching. I'm mostly excited by the look of shock and horror on Rob's face after he realized that Byron was going in for the kiss.
It was a slow realization.
Yep, slow burn.
Hi guys, I'm Rob. I was recently smooched by.
It sounds weird when you say I was recently smooched.
Well, gotta get in character, right? So I'm excited to see where that goes. God help us if the scene actually fades to black at some point. I don't know if I can handle that. But we'll see. I want every detail described, Justin. And,
Oh, okay. I will need somebody to, while I'm describing, to be slapping their hand against their neck. Just into the mic.
And we're permanently banned from Twitch that quickly.
Okay.
We lasted a lot longer than I thought we would, to be fair, if that's what we're going by.
So, we're just really starting off strong. I apologize to everybody out there. But we are playing D&D 5e with a few homebrew rules thrown into the mix. And in the middle is that sweet, sweet Tailspire. If you don't have it, you should go out and get it. Anybody have any questions before I go into the recap? Okay, I'm going to read this the way that I wrote it. And it's going to sound stupid because of what you guys have talked about. The team goes to a phone party and has a blast before going downstairs to meet Farron Hantewep, the man in black. The crew doesn't like what he has to say, so in typical crew fashion, they kill him. That's it. That was 2 hours of show broken down into 2 bullet points. Oh, wait. Casper tells Byron he'll let him die in the future before being reckless and then kissing him. My brain doesn't work. I said that wrong. Fuck, I need to go home.
You can do another take.
You are at home.
Yeah. Everyone rewind your brain.
Yeah.
Ready? And action.
Oh, wait. Byron tells Casper he'll let him die in the future before being reckless and kissing him.
Can I just say, like that, you originally said Byron tells Casper, and then you said, wait, no, I mean Casper tells Byron.
Yeah, it's a thing. But then Maeve/Emily almost hyperventilates. It was really funny to listen to on the podcast when I re-listened to it today.
Oh, no. I don't like the sound of that.
It's right towards the end, folks. If you haven't listened to it, it's towards the end. So last time we gave inspiration to legendary wifey. So if you are here, that means you get to either give me advantage or disadvantage when you'd like to, or you give the players advantage whenever you can. Keep being awesome in chat, and Emily, you're going to be giving out the inspiration tonight.
Okay.
All right. Who's ready to go?
I am.
Woo! Okay, so at the end of the last session when we talked about this, you guys made Farron's head explode, and then we faded to black. We cut back, and you see Byron doing some really cool stuff attached to the head explosion magic that he did. What was that spell called?
Psychic Lance.
Psychic Lance. So he's doing like weird gestures to make that magic work, and you see in slow motion as the man in black, his head explodes and he starts to fall to the ground. You guys have killed the man in black. What would you like to do?
Honestly, all I can think as Emily is how do I get Byron and Casper to kiss again in front of Maven Nyx? That is,
I don't know. We've
clearly
got
our
You-
most
we've
important
got a
mission.
headless
Listen.
man in front of us. Does that put anyone in the mood? Anyone up for a little smooching
Hole's a
over a
hole.
corpse?
After
Wow, that is not what I said. Good God.
after Byron like basically explodes his head, you kind of see him go, "Oh, whoops." And he kind of like mage hands and tries to like scoop the like matter back together. He's like, "Man, sorry, Nyx. I got a little ahead of myself there. I know you like to
Good joke.
bring them back and interrogate them, but that's my fault. I got a bit excited."
I had so many more questions for him. She pinches the bridge of her nose, and you can tell that she's trying to keep it together, but this is the first time you've seen her, like, trembling in rage at the lost opportunity.
Casper spits on the ground. A molar comes out in a pool of blood. He seems to have his face seems to have taken quite a beating. A few fist marks. He's taken a lot of damage over this fight, actually.
You could just ask for healing, Rob. It's okay.
Just
Oh, I'm fine.
canonically, he's still a little drunk
It's
because
true.
he failed his
that's
constitution
true.
test. All right. What do you guys want to do?
Loot the body?
Hell yeah, loot the body.
Not you guys.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can find some more information on his person. And then she canonically loots the body, but with
Yeah.
purpose, with
Okay.
intention.
Maeve would have
And
no
not just
interest
Give
because I'm
me-
leaving.
greedy goblin.
Yeah.
Give
You
me an Arcana check, everyone.
Oh!
21.
13?
What'd you get there, Rob?
19.
Okay.
So everybody with
So 19.
not great modifiers rolled pretty high.
So anyone over with 19 or above, you can feel magic emanating out of the man in black in all directions,
Hell yeah.
almost as if a beacon has been set off.
Ah, hell no.
Nyx, you are going over the body. Give me a investigation check, and I'll tell you what you find just going through the pockets and stuff.
23.
Okay, so with a 23, you find a single key. It is a normal house key, like any house that you've ever seen in your life. That's the kind of key this is. You also find a small tablet, and on that tablet, the first page has something on it. The rest of the pages are blank. It looks like there's 50 or 60 pages there. But on the front of it, it says, "Join the Order of the Reborn Knight. Every day, dusk and dawn, at Norlock Square." That's Norlock Square. On the back, it says, "The Shield of Mestrakath," which I'm going to try to read, but because my brain isn't working very well, I apologize in advance. It says, "With scales and claws, a time will come when peace will reign and evil run. We'll give ourselves, our souls one and all. Mestrakath is a hope, with him none shall fall."
Byron, looking over that, says, "Well, that's ironic, considering the fact he just died."
So
I don't know that we really need Mestrakath propaganda. I feel like we're pretty well pretty well on board, as it were.
Maybe we should
But,
go to
Are we
the
sure?
square.
I mean, it felt
Break some
like
heads.
some of us
Wanna
were
roll.
trying to talk to him because he was trying to recruit us for Mestracath, but then the rest just kind of started punching. And I feel like that's not the appropriate way for us to start gaining allies. Whether we kill them later or not, I feel like if we're going to have any type of hope and assistance in fighting
Listen,
Prowler,
I'm not outnumbered anymore. Sometimes you take the most direct approach.
I am not sorry. He said some terrible shit about my cousin, and I do not take someone else dissing my family lightly.
I say terrible things about your family all of the time, Maeve.
I was going to say. Hmm.
Yeah, but you don't mean them.
Sure.
Well, he sure doesn't, correct. But I think maybe there is still a time and place for when we rush in and attack. And if we are able to find more allies in assistance with Mestracath, maybe those aren't the people that we knock heads off of again. Can we just collectively agree to maybe have a bit more tact going forward?
Yeah, promise that.
Can't make any promises if they're talking shit like that dude was.
Okay, how about we all have some fucking tact going forward because we can't keep losing allies. We are in a
This wasn't an
potentially
ally.
cosmic war. He could have been. I'm
At
not
least
saying he was a
against-
good person, but
He was at least an ally against Prowler, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's the kind of
exactly.
the mentality that we need to have with this. There's not going to be a lot of people that are going to be black and white good. We found a few people, and we've all banded together. I think that's the important thing is that moving forward, there may be shades of gray that we have to interact with. For instance, I'm a shade of gray. I'm not a very good person. I know this. But you guys all hang out with me because I'm willing to help and play ball. We need to find more people that are willing to play ball. And if we have to murder them later after we get what we need out of them, then we do that. But we need to not be first so quick to act and punch and hit and stab and throw lances.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. On that note, not changing topic at all. Did you see those things? It was those things coming out of his body was like a visual that magic coming out of his body.
So with the Arcana check, you could feel the magic emanating off him. You can still feel the magic emanating off of him. Nyx, I'm not done.
Byron's
So-
completely oblivious to the magic because he rolled a natural one. So
You being never fulfilled with the looting that you need to do. I mean, you've taken this guy's shirt off. You're looking for secret pockets. You actually see on his chest, it's like right under his left pec, down to the middle of his stomach. You see two lines that are kind of jagged going up, and then you just see a little bit of a third one next to it. Give me a medicine check.
Did this man like sew a skin pocket onto himself and he's just carrying stuff around?
Oh.
I got a 21. Is that a yes?
Okay. You're looking this body over, and as you do, you notice the spot where his head is at. You can see just the faintest bit of the cells starting to knit themselves back together. It's not moving very quickly, but things are starting to grow back.
Well, yeah, that certainly tracks. There's a very good chance that he is going to be coming back as one of those zombies that we've seen earlier.
What?
Is his head totally blasted? Is it like it just in pieces, or is it just removed from him?
So I'll let Byron describe what happened to the head.
Yeah, adventure glitter. I mean, I dusted
Okay,
it.
cool. Perfect. And it's all over us. Gross. Shit. Well, okay, we can't reattach his head, but yeah, I with Casper. Casper.
What? Sorry, what?
For those of
Please stop for a
Tasting the
second.
air for the adventurous glitter.
Oh no, it was on my skin.
yeah,
That's all.
for those of you who are listening in the future, he
Okay.
took his pointer finger, rubbed it down his cheek, and then put his finger in his mouth like he was tasting the blood on his face.
The viscera. Blech.
Hey,
That was certainly a character
the
choice.
viscera of a BBEG, just mwah. You can't get it anywhere else. He's coming back as a zombie.
I would point out where the cells are beginning to reform.
Are we
I
sure?
have to assume so. It seems like he's healing himself, even though he's well dead.
So I
With
don't
all the
know.
interactions that he's had with the Rast blood.
So that's just it, though. Is that I think it. I don't think he got involved with the Varas blood. I think he was looking at the effects of it on others because I don't think he wanted to interact with it. There's a chance that you're right, but I would hazard a guess that this is something that he has pre-planned. Like maybe he's a lich, or maybe he is, I don't know, somebody's channeling a regeneration spell on him, or something was set to go off when he died. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if we have the ability, but there's some magic just going everywhere right here. We could try and figure out what kind of magic it is, and then also,
Wait, there's magic going off right now?
yeah, a lot of it.
Like what kind of
Oh,
magic?
yeah.
Like what's it doing?
I don't know.
Gives
Just
me
gotta
the
go whenever we can
heebie-jeebies.
feel it. It's like a stream through the air. Something like that.
So more like a beacon out in the water. Like, should we move away from this in case
Could be.
something is coming here?
Could be. I think that's a good idea regardless. Could we dig into those scars? Like a knife? See if there's
Yeah.
anything in there.
So go ahead, give me
see
a
that.
if you're trying to do anything specific, I need a medicine check. If you're just trying to cut him open, then give me an attack roll. Well, it's a prone creature. You automatically crit. So if you're just trying to hack him to pieces, then congratulations, you did it.
When you say specific, is like I guess
Good.
undoing the stitches, is that specific? Like with a knife that's cutting the
So I'm not describing it correctly. It is not like stitches. It is like almost like the scars on his face, but these are a little bit more jagged, and they're a little bit longer, and they're on his side. So I mean, you can definitely cut them out.
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
just something
trying to.
like raked claws down there or something, right?
Could I make I won't do that then. Is there can I make a religion check to see if there's a religious connotation to this? Maybe just with Mesocat in general.
Sure. Give me a religion check.
14.
14. This is not anything that you know of, but while you're thinking about that, if anybody else wants to give me an Arcana check at the same time, because as Casper is describing this, like he's kind of talking it out, you guys can do a
21.
21.
I only got a 7. I have a question though. When Nyx was leading, is the other sending stone on his person that was attached to the one for Maeve's cousin?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Ew. Could have had a free sending stone.
No, that was my thoughts exactly.
We didn't loot his lair. It could be in there.
Yeah.
We sure didn't, and I think is it safe to say that the very normal house key is maybe, I don't know, would that maybe fit the lock that we saw back at the necromancer's house?
But so anybody
Free house?
who,
I'm hearing free house.
That guy was working for Prowler, that little kobold.
No, not that wasn't. I don't think that was his house. I think that Farron's house was the one that was atop the kobold's lair.
And you think the
He
kobold
was just working out of the basement.
You think the kobold was just stealing his house or utilizing it?
Yeah, because they were partnered up. I mean, they were helping each other.
I don't think they were though.
But it was. I'm pretty sure that they were.
Okay.
Justin.
So anyway, back to this Arcana roll that you checked.
Yeah.
So as Casper's looking, he's got his knife or his axe or his lance up, and he's like looking at this body, and he's like, "Do I like this or stabby or like cutty?" And he's explaining kind of what he's seeing. I think Byron, you had the highest roll.
I had a 21.
So it ties it as he's talking. You're like, this seems like a regeneration spell, right?
So now that my
things
attention's been drawn to it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can identify that. I start flipping through my mom's book. And...
It's specifically tied to something very, very powerful that would be able to keep it alive.
Okay, so, and Byron's going to pull out his booklet and start writing a note. Go ahead.
I mean,
What you got?
You made the guess that it might be a lich. I mean, I don't know, I think that might not be terribly far off. If there's nothing on his person that would have been affected by him dying, I mean, maybe it is something that's back at his dumb, stupid lair.
No, so I have identified this as a regeneration spell, which is actually different than reincarnating at a phylactery. It's a very specific type of actually necromancy spell.
In which case, can I try to pinpoint exactly what spell it is?
I mean, with the 21, it's not a D&D 5e spell. It is just regeneration.
You've sawn through Byron's lies in a meta fashion.
Well, I guess I'm just, I don't know. I mean, I think it's just a matter of like, okay, if he's actively coming back to life in front of us, should we be trying to contain him? Should we try to destroy his body? Like,
Byron tears
how quickly is he coming back to life?
Byron tears the note off of the book and folds it and tucks it into the man in black's robes and says, "There. I think this will secure us for maybe him realizing that we could potentially be allies if he's not so hot-headed when he reads it. Hopefully, death makes him see a new light. If not, then when we see him again, we'll kill him again."
What? You want to let him come back?
He has already stated that he was seeking to kill the red dragon, which is your prophesized goal. If we don't let him come back to help us, then what are we doing? The whole goal is to utilize it. If he's supposed to come back, if it's similar to Metricath and the other two dragons, enemy of our enemy is our friend. Have him come back. We kill the dragon together, utilizing him as a strength and a power and an ally. And then after we kill the dragon, we turn on this bitch and we fucking take him to the ground and we figure out how to keep him dead. See how that's how you work it.
But regardless of if we should have done it or not, it's done. We've killed him.
Well,
he's an enemy now.
No,
I mean, he's not going to come back and be like, "Yeah,
we've done."
So he's not going to come back saying, "We'll give them a second chance."
One could make the argument that
we've proven ourselves.
Well, but if we've already killed him once, theoretically, the argument has been resolved, and we can move forward from it.
Now,
we've made our point known.
You're saying
we've accomplished it's conflict resolution, I think.
I cannot believe I'm hearing this.
You're saying we're going to turn on him after all this? What's keeping him from turning on us?
Nothing. What's keeping me from just disappearing one day? Nothing. It's all based on trust. You can trust the person long enough until you no longer need to trust them.
Why would he trust us? We've already killed him once.
We've proven that we are an ally that can at least best him, meaning that we have strength that he did not have when he faced Aruma the first time.
He is unhinged. We have no idea what he was a serial killer before we killed him.
And I was the thief. We don't even know what Nyx was. I mean, she seems to be able to raise the dead herself.
To be
She
fair,
could...
I was also a serial killer.
So, I mean,
Sorry,
there
have
we
we
go.
not talked about that?
I mean,
Okay.
nope, that's
Well-
a little disturbing, but so, yeah. So apparently we're already, what's one serial killer? Let's get two, and then we can take out a red dragon. I don't know what you want me to say.
The point is that we need allies, and he has far more
We
knowledge
have
about this
killed
than any of
him.
us
He
do.
is an enemy now.
So you are looking at
And
this
we
black
could
and white,
be
Casper.
destroying him.
Eldath does not see things in black and white. She is a nature god, correct?
Byron,
Does
this is the most narcissistic thing I've heard come out of your mouth. You believe that we've proved ourselves by killing him. So when he comes back, he will recognize our greatness.
well, no,
and
that's
thank
what
us
that's
for
what my
killing
note is for.
Can I just
We
interject one
might
thing?
recognize that we had the opportunity.
Did you write anything on the note, or you just took the note and put it in his pocket?
I did write something on the note. I figured I'd send it to you.
Okay, that's perfect. That's okay. Sorry, Nyx. Go ahead.
We can show him we had the opportunity to destroy him, to stop him from coming back, and because we knew it was happening and we allowed him to heal, that is a show of good faith.
The other thing that we have to contend with here is that with the amount of magic that he is giving off, he is a potential beacon, and we should probably move away from him. I think we go into the lair, we loot what we can utilize to help further our means, and then get the fuck out of here.
I think that if we leave his body intact right now, this is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Really?
Yes.
This is
I
the
know,
dumb-
and I know that's saying a lot. I know. I understand.
I think you are grossly overestimating his anger. He seemed like he wanted to trust us.
My face was pretty well acquainted with his anger, actually. He seemed pretty angry.
He hit me too, but we killed him, and not a single one of us died. Maeve fell unconscious for a moment, but Nyx handled that situation. I'm just saying.
I'm outvoted. So
I say
I'm
we
good.
I say we leave him. That is my vote. So I'm in opposition of Casper. Nyx, Maeve, your thoughts? We probably should decide something quickly. This thing is a ticking time bomb based on the amount of magic he's emanating. I'm just worried.
I think we could give him a second chance.
Okay, Maeve?
Casper, please trust us with this.
So, Maeve, you still have to chime in.
Oh no, you guys! That was not Maeve, that was Emily. I can't even be near
what does
this
Emily
guy. Listen. I just can't even deal with this right now. I just want to get my cousin back to my family. And if just ditching him here means doing that sooner, that's all I care about right now.
Okay, 3-1. Let's go.
Can I get, because we've never talked about this before, can I get your passive perceptions?
Oh my god.
Mine
This has to be
is
If we
serious.
say no, does that mean that we can just leave without
Sure,
whatever
you could
happening?
tell me no.
20.
mine is 13.
All right,
13.
20.
20. Dang, dude.
My guy,
Also
13.
13.
super.
Got a whole
wide.
bunch of dummies, and then Byron keeping an eye out for everything.
Casper, what did you see? Or what do you
13.
have? 13. All right, so everybody has 13 except for Byron. All right, so Byron, you just happen to be standing, just looking off in, you're talking, but like you catch something out of the corner of your eye, and you just see it's still pretty far off, but it is a winged shape, and it looks like it's heading in your direction.
Okay, Black Dragon's coming. I don't think we want to make him an enemy either. Can we go, please, now? I can
So-
literally see he's headed this direction. If this thing is the beacon for him, we got to go.
Just giving you a heads up, it's not like he would be here in 20 seconds, but you can see that he's on the horizon.
No, Byron's thinking we need to get underneath cover because dragons have good perception. So
Yeah. I'm good to go.
I'm gonna whip out
Cool.
my broom and hobble on over to Maeve and see if she wants to hop on.
Yes, please.
Byron will.
Perfect. I grab the girl and we take off.
Byron,
Of course they're gonna kiss now that we flew away. I guarantee it.
not with him covered in man glitter.
I know.
Byron's going to position the man in black, straighten his robe so he doesn't look so disheveled, fold his arms over the top, and take the folded paper out and put it in his hand, and then just kind of leave him there and just say, "Okay, buddy. I wish you the best of luck." And
Okay.
come on, Casper, let's go.
All right.
All right, so you guys leave, and what do you want to do now?
Loot the lair.
Well,
So you guys are going back into the phone party?
Right? Right? No? We don't have to.
I mean, I'm gonna say no. I don't
I don't know
mean,
that we
other
have time
than,
Yeah.
with the
There's a
incoming.
to-do list from earlier.
I feel like putting as much distance between ourselves and the dragon is probably a very good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is there, I don't know how, and I apologize, I should have the map better than this by now. How close are we to the original necromancer's house? Like, is that close enough that we could go back there?
So, I mean,
see
you
if our
definitely can go
newfound
back
house key
there.
fits?
Or how close are we to the enchanter's court? Because that might give us at least some protection if we're closer to them.
Let me get you guys a
I have the map, but I don't know
We
where we
gotta
are in relation to
Aggro the
anything.
dragon towards the other group so they help us.
So you guys have the map as soon as it loads here for me. Just taking forever. You
Oh, we were at the
guys-
Loose Moose. Okay, okay,
Mhm,
okay.
You're at the Loose Moose.
Oh,
Oh,
uh,
goodness.
are you on the map, Lisa?
Oh,
Alright.
no, I'm taking notes.
So you guys are at the
Just give me
Loose
the
Moose,
highlights.
right? And the other places that you were at is up by the Tiefling's Touch, which is close to 247 Holloway.
Mhm.
And then the Enchanters Guild, Enchantara, is over in the green section to the right of
Yeah.
that. It's the
So
purple building.
why don't
Wait,
we move north towards the necromancer's house, hit it, and then we could go directly south east towards towards Enchantra.
That'll also take us past the Bronze Mall if something bad were to happen with the dragon.
Yeah.
We could at least try and time that. Oh, and Blip Blops is on the way.
I like it.
Gotta
Oh, we
get
can stop.
some nudes.
We can make a stop for noodles.
I could eat.
This is taking a turn.
Dragons would never
That noise you hear is me
the
scrambling
dragon
to
would never
find
think to look for us for there.
year-old notes.
We haven't been
I
to
mean,
Blip Blops in
do we
forever.
really need just they sell Bimmy Bop and they wear tuxedo shirts that says "Got nudes" on the back. Done.
Couldn't one argue that a stop at Blip Blops could be a short rest, though? Could one make
Oh
that?
yeah, it
argument?
100%. It 100% could be. Yeah.
We spent an hour there.
Yep.
I guess I'm technically not under half hit points yet, so it's okay.
Byron is.
Right here. So, all right, you guys are heading towards the
Necromancer house is the direction we're
Necromancer
going
house.
first.
Let me see if I still have that map.
Oh, Blip Blaps is so close to Clem's old forge.
Oh, I
Look
don't
at
still
that.
have that map. Shit.
That's all right. We can do theater of mine.
Yeah, give me 1 second here
Paint is a
just to
word
double.
picture.
I'm sorry, did we do something you're not prepared for, Justin?
Every fucking week.
I know. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's no. It
But I've been
makes
wanting
it
to go back to this fucking
fun.
house for so long. New heart in a jar. New heart in a jar. I don't,
You don't think the Bronze
I
Mall
will never-
cataloged everything in that house?
All right.
I don't think
so
you're smart enough to find
I
everything, to be
don't-
frank.
I don't have that map anymore, I don't think, unless this is it. Nope, it is not. So we're just gonna have to do a little bit of theater of the mind.
Yay.
Woo. All right. So I'll change up the map just so we have something a little different, and just a little throwback. I will bring you all
No
to
new map, that's fine. We can just twirl
Blip
ourselves.
Blaps!
We have toys to play with. Don't worry.
Yeah, we've got toys to keep us occupied.
No!
We walked by an abandoned blacksmith.
All
That
right.
is cruel.
So I
Oh,
I
boy.
brought you guys back to Get Blade, which was a previous character whose arm has been sold for scrap.
We-
Say it louder for the people in the back.
We did it for the lulls.
Oh
So,
boy.
you guys.
Oh
you
no.
guys-
Don't get it twisted. I did it for the cash. It was 100% I really want this fancy new thing and I know a way to get it. I'm sorry, Maeve. Emily. Clem. I'm sorry to all the above.
So I'm frantically going backwards in time in my notes to see
The
where
kobold, we
it's-
walked in
Moral of the
from the
story, the key
basement.
probably has nothing to do with this house. If this is
Yeah.
what Justin is doing.
So we walked in through the basement. There was
Yep.
some layers that went upstairs. There was a fireplace that had undead zombies walking in it, and then the Bronze Mall attacked us.
Correct.
Byron,
But-
Not
as
get to
as
explore the
we're
entire house.
as
That's
we're
when
walking back towards that, Byron is going to disguise self into one of the Bronze Mall people with his, prominently pointing at his badge, like he's gonna go break the crime scene tape type thing.
Oh, we have Roswell magic badges.
Yeah, we have Bronze Mall badges.
Some of you do.
All right.
I
So
lost all my badges when I switched.
all right.
The real
So
question is, does the key work?
does the key work? No, it does not.
I got it.
You said I've got
it
it.
right here.
It doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
It's because
I
they weren't.
thought this was a free house.
They weren't
So-
even in.
Perfect. Ours now.
just-
He was
All
never
right, so-
involved with the kobold though.
Let
Prowler
me
was.
let me go back and let you understand. This was episode 3.
Yeah.
So you guys come up to this building, and it is it's pretty beat up. I do not remember if it happened while you guys were there, but there was a trap that was triggered on the second floor on the way that you guys couldn't get up, and it actually just exploded part of the building. There was all kinds of spooky stuff in the basement, including some hand that was still alive. But as you guys get there, Byron, yes, you would have to kind of clear the tape. But it's been a little bit of time. People have forgot, but they haven't fixed the building yet. There's a spot where you could see they ripped down the sign that said "My wrath will be felt if you come through the door." But as you go up and explore that other area, because the downstairs area that you guys had already gone through, completely cleared out. Like you guys find, there's like a knife and probably 20 gold worth of stuff that you could pilfer for you little loot goblins. But when you go up to the second floor, give me some investigation checks.
Boom. 11.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
18.
18.
And 11.
11. Okay. With an 18, you find, Maeve, a little piece of paper that says, "Join the Order of the Reborn Knight every day, dusk and dawn at Norlock Square." And on the back of it, it says the Shield of Mesrikath, and it says the entire thing down the back of it that you guys saw. "With scales and claws, a time will come when peace will reign and evil run. We'll give ourselves, our souls one and all. Mesrikath is a hope. With him, none shall fall."
Who votes that we make Justin read it every time we find another one?
We have to make sure it's the same wording. Does it?
Yeah, I want to keep searching, just see if there's any
Okay,
any other copies
Nix,
lying around that we can read just to double check. And
you find a piece of paper, and when you open it up, there's a middle finger, and it
What
says,
does
"Go
it
fuck yourself."
This is why we came back here. This is the treasure I was hoping to find.
That's a great prank. You should keep that paper. We can prank it later.
We can
great.
frame it and hang it up in our
100%
future
I'm
new
keeping
house.
this paper.
Oh
That
my
can go in
God.
your crypt. You can hang it up there on the wall.
Exactly. 100% I'm gonna hang it in my crypt.
It's the
This is
perfect
canon. It is
decor.
going in the
It
crypt.
goes where the Live, Laugh, Love poster would go, but it's just a middle finger that says "Go fuck yourself." So,
Nix would never.
okay, Justin,
Laugh, love.
Yeah.
as not a joke for these flyers, does this look like the same version of the flyer? Does it look older than the one we have?
Nope, looks like the same version. Byron, you kept the little booklet, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, the top piece of paper, it says this. It says it all over again. If you flip the paper over, blank.
And what does it say all over again, Justin?
This one says, "My PCs suck. They really do. I'm going to kick them until they poo."
Mwah. This
a
whoever
good
wrote that
limerick.
booklet is a poet.
Okay.
No, it says the same thing all over
Yeah.
again, which
See,
I
these
I
are
would
the
gladly
allies.
read.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was worth it for that other limerick we just got from you.
So yeah, that's what you guys find. But like a certain bard said, the cops or the Bronze Mall they did their job. They cleaned this place out.
They removed the people that were responsibly getting rid of all the bad things.
Yeah, but they didn't know that at the time.
I just have to ask, are you sure there's not another still living heart down here somewhere? Is there
As you're walking, the floorboard
little
beneath you
morsel?
heartbeats. No.
I want to see like the dried, shriveled husk of the original heart, like still shoved off into the corner, and be like, "There it is."
I think Nix would like that even more than the original iteration, to be honest.
I never stopped thinking about you. Not a day went by. All right. Well, I don't know. I feel less vindicated than I thought I was going to feel, for being completely honest. But with that in mind, I don't know, fam. How do we feel about going to Norlock Square? at dusk and dawn.
Well, I like that idea in a vacuum. However, there is a potentially very angry black dragon looking for us right now.
So there's a chance that he doesn't know that it's us. The thing that I'm worried about is that the man in black will be the one recruiting after he has regenerated.
If only we had a way to stop that.
But we'll see what he says after reading the note. Maybe. I can be charismatic.
Maybe he can't read. Did you ever think about that?
He had a lot of books for not being able to
Really?
read.
It's all for appearances. I understand. I get it.
All right. In Chantara?
I think in Chantara.
Okay. Did you guys go to Blip Blop's Noodle Emporium?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, why not?
So and just so we get a time check, just so you guys know, it is later at night. It's not early in the morning, just so you're aware what time it is. Okay. So you guys go to Blip Blop's. As you walk in,
when you say later at night, do you mean like if we showed up to the Enchanters Guild, like we'd be rude and there wouldn't be anybody there? Like we need to like long rest before going, or
give me a history check.
Studious nerds. They probably have people up at all odd hours.
Well, it's not so much just people. I'm thinking of that Alabaster Dragonborn.
So the Alabaster Dragonborn,
because that dude was old. 11.
11. You would imagine that there's probably somebody up at all hours of the night. So yeah, but the Alabaster Dragonborn, his name was Vultras, Vultras, and his nickname, I don't remember if I told you or not, was the Alabaster Torch.
Yep. It came up. It's been a very long time though.
Okay. So you guys go into Blip Blops. There's a young tiefling, maybe like 16, 17 years old, looks really bored. He's like, welcome to Blip Blop's Noodle Emporium. What can I get you? And he's just really humdrum the entire way through you guys' order. If you guys want to use this as a long rest or short rest, you can. If you'd like to long rest, you obviously can too, because it's been a full day. You just gotta tell me where you'd long rest at.
At the Noodle Emporium.
Not mad at
Surely.
it.
Yeah, we just
not mad at a short
like
rest.
we all like, oh, we just got to use the restroom, and then Nyx creates a doorway back there for her temple of doom that we go rest in with all the other walking corpses.
And if I'm not
hang up my
mistaken,
new artwork.
somebody had some questions about what was going on in there. Nyx, didn't you have some questions about what's going on in your...
I did, yeah.
Are we canonically
I think mostly just trying to still...
Just imagine all of you being like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then you just...
There's only one bathroom in the place, and we all just keep going. Nobody leaves.
On our way back, Byron just stops
just
and
like,
looks.
Are you gonna order food or like?
He just looks at the like the little waiter who just is not happy with his life, and just say, I apologize for this just now because we like to fight for the toilet. It could get really messy back there. So,
and he's like, ugh.
Casper just yells from inside, Byron! Come on, we're waiting!
Yeah,
hold on. And you see the tiefling, he turns around and he walks over to like a mop closet, and he gets out like a bucket on wheels, and he's got the mop, and he's just pushing it real dejectedly slowly back towards the bathroom.
Well, I mean, wait until we're done. I gotta go cross the stream. I'll be back.
Yeah.
My boss told me to always be prepared, so do what you have to do.
Byron will prestidigitate his bucket of water and mop and turn it to like crystal clear, like sparkling clean, and just say, I'll get it covered after we're out, buddy. I just wanted to give you a hard time.
How did you do that?
It's magic.
Yeah.
Can I learn magic?
Where's that Shia LaBeouf gif when you need
Yeah.
one? Magic.
Yeah, I assume if you seek out your local constabulary to learn magic, that you can take a course. Maybe they have something that's like a 101 class.
Do you think I could go to the annex like after work?
Maybe if you have the right aptitude, I bet you can do anything, buddy.
You look at him.
Can we just hire him?
Give
Can
me.
we just pay him and
He was
bring
ready
him
to
with
clean up
this
4
poor kid?
people's birthdays.
Hey, if we get our own house,
I
we can
want
hire a
better.
manservant,
I want
okay?
better for him.
Yeah, you say, do you want to work
Tell him
inside
that
of
I
a
can use
necromancer's
someone
lair?
living.
She already has zombies
yeah. Ask
working
him
in
how he
there.
feels about.
Cleaning up
I
after
know,
the
but
undead.
maybe they need a living friend.
Yeah.
He
They get
looks
hungry.
at Byron. He looks at Byron and he goes, I'll tell you what, you've given me more of a purpose. I kind of thought that I'd just be working here for my entire life, just like my dad working the same job he had since he was a kid. But I'll tell you what
What did your dad do?
my dad do? Oh, he was a cobbler.
Hey,
What my dad?
that's a good profession. And Byron will pull out 2 gold and say, here you go, buddy. Go find yourself
He
a
looks
class.
at it. He looks at it wide-eyed and he says to himself, and he's like, "Oh, that's it.
What's his
Chaucer's gonna
name?
be somebody." And he turns around and he jumps in the air and just holds there as you guys turn
You
around and
say,
jump into the portal.
and as Breakfast Club music plays, we're walking into the back room.
Yeah, his name's Chaucer.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You go, Chaucer. You go live your best life, bud. And from
And-
inside the bathroom, you just hear the whooshing sound of a portal that begins to open, which is, I don't know, Byron, maybe a cue to come join us.
Yep. I'm head back.
Have a question about Nyx's portal.
2 gold and sets off to begin life anew.
All
I have
right.
a question about Nyx's portal.
proud of him.
Does it, I don't know if this is a Lisa answer or a Justin answer, does it automatically adjust like rooms and spaces in the portal as it sees fit?
Mhm.
So like
Yes.
technically we could walk in and maybe instead of Byron and Casper having separate rooms anymore, it submerged them into
You
one
guys know
room.
nothing. You saw
I
nothing.
don't care, Casey!
You'll never. We're never gonna share with you in character.
So you guys go in there, and there are 4 rooms. There's a couple of zombies. Nyx, what do you want to do?
Hi, guys. Hello. How's everyone?
Excellent.
Excellent. I would give everybody a little pat on the head. I would tell them that they're doing a great job and to keep up the good work. And then I would inspect the cleanliness thoroughly.
Okay.
I
Hold
want to
on one second
ensure
here.
they're doing good work.
I rolled a 6, so it is not very clean. They are doing a piss poor job. But when you go in to like give them scritches, zombie scritches, they lean their head in, which I'd like to point out that canonically the only people that you really want to touch are zombies. Like you didn't even think about it. Nyx just went in there, got him behind the ears.
They're not people.
Still
Yeah.
there?
They are. They're just. They're employees. And you can touch your employees.
My boss told me that all the time.
I don't have to explain this to you, Rob, okay? It's a different universe. It's the social expectations
Touch your employees
of
more, right?
employment are different in
No,
this
that's good.
world. Go ask Chaucer. He knows all about it, okay?
Also,
But I'm
they're
gonna go ahead and
enslaved.
give these guys little pats on the head.
Okay.
No, not enslaved. I mean, that implies that there's a universe in which they would be not enslaved. These guys, they're either dead or they're here. So is it enslavement or is it like their own little slice of heaven? Their own little special afterlife that I provided them.
as Nyx pulls out the paddle, who didn't wipe this surface?
there would be one. Yeah, I don't think that there's any one particular zombie that's in charge, but I would grab one and be like, why don't you and I have a conversation later this evening? I think we need to review some of the expectations of what's happening here. And thank you. good to see you again.
Uh,
Can I? Yeah, this is now that we haven't been back here in a while. So is anything particularly different about the crypt?
I don't believe so, because you didn't bring anybody back from the dead since then. I don't believe.
Yeah, get on that, Nix.
God, yeah, it's been a hot minute, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm a bad necromancer.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
kinds of killing, not so much
Yeah,
resin.
not for lack of supply.
I think they just call that murder.
Yeah.
You're a murder
Oh, man,
mancer.
splitting hairs in this world, really. Okay, well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You guys want
my
to do
mind's
anything, or are
blanking.
you
I
just
had
gonna?
questions about this place and I suddenly don't remember.
Okay, that's fine. You guys just taking a long rest?
Casper
I do want to
has
hang out my
a
new picture.
big bowl of noodles that he brought. He did buy some noodles. I
Okay.
don't know if there's a cost associated with that, but
We'll just we'll hand wave it.
Nix,
Their
is
largest
there
bowl.
is there booze inside of this place, like old bottles of wine that you also resurrected from the grave?
Yeah, what's the food and drink status of her crypt?
There's a
I feel like
zombie
there's
over
like
there just stirring.
I feel like it's kind of
Stirring.
like like the French plague district where they buried all of their dead, and like right next to it there's like a French like wine rack of old wine bottles that just pull one off.
Eat or drink though.
Skewered fleas. There's just a big pile of fleas. There's stuff to eat and drink. Yes. Everything that you could need to have a long rest is in here. It is essentially a safe haven in a world that wants to kill you.
how long? Speaking of questions to ask, how long does the entrance to this place last?
It's either 12 or 24 hours.
The entrance, so the
Oh.
portal in lasts that
Yeah.
long?
Because once the portal in disappears, we disappear. We get thrown
kicked
out
out.
of it.
So there's just a portal in the path.
No,
now.
people can't see it unless they know it's there.
Oh, okay.
And for those of you who just or joined us, Byron wrote that spell, and by Byron I mean Casey.
Yep.
So
Thank you, Casey.
Yep. Byron is going to wait until everybody has retired for the evening. And then he is going to stealthily grab a bottle and try and head over into Castor's room for a conversation.
all right.
Good.
Give me a stealth roll, I guess.
27.
All right. If you want perception checks to try to beat 27.
Be
Can't do it.
27 with a perception check. I can only get a 23.
Okay.
Wait.
Tried
What if
I like how
what
you
if
tried,
I
Lisa.
talk? What if I talk Crystal into giving me her inspiration? No, because that would just be a reroll. That wouldn't. Where's ah?
So
This is not fair.
It's happening and you can't stop it.
Maeve, you're sleeping. You are just curled hardcore into your pillow. Nyx, do you sleep?
Nyx does not sleep. And
Okay,
the fact
well-
that Nyx, canonically, this is her crypt, and she technically is a chef, I'm going to say that Nyx is just cooking away. Nyx is preparing a little breakfast for her friends when they wake up.
And
Sweet.
you're screaming at one of the zombies. You're like, "This is how you fucking cut carrots!" And Byron just sneaks behind you and grabs a bottle of wine and pushes into Casper's room. And go ahead.
I will just open the door and slide in without knocking and shut my door behind me.
I
And
hate everything about this right now.
I will hand a glass to Casper and say, sorry, I thought we should have an opportunity to maybe discuss this in further. And as he comes in, he will clean Casper's armor, having seen like
Wait.
it's still covered in blood viscera.
You're sleeping.
But he said he grabbed a glass. He only said he grabbed the wine. Wouldn't he have to go back out? No, I still wouldn't be able to roll. Never mind. Wouldn't he have to re-stealth to grab the
Byron
glass
just keeps walking
and
back and
re-roll?
forth.
Every time he comes out there,
Wait, no,
Nyx is yelling at a
I'm
different
pretty sure
zombie.
yeah. No, she's not.
I'm
Don't
just
do
saying,
this to me.
he'd have to go back out to get the glass so he could re-roll the stealth roll, and maybe it's something I can actually perceive if that
With a
happens.
27, he got whatever the hell he wanted. He might have stolen Nyx and took her in there with him.
But now that he's in the room, the real question is: now will he get everything that he wanted? Gasp.
The 27.
So anyway,
The rolls that are coming up. So when you enter the room, you see Casper has. For the record, he wasn't wearing his armor.
Yeah.
He was wearing his glitter tank top. So, but he has stripped that literally off of his body. I'm sure it was very hard to get off after everything that happened. So he is kneeling in front of his bed, shirtless, and you can see he's actively in prayer. He has a few candles lit. God,
yeah,
yeah,
setting the scene. All right.
I'm just, oh God, and so he has those lit. He has a prayer book in front of him, and you can see him. His eyes are closed. He is very close to being in a trance, and he's silently mouthing words.
I'll just. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just tried to, not draw attention.
That's probably for the best. Otherwise, there'd be 2 more people in here.
I just, yeah, I could see that. I wanted to take a moment to, address things. I kind of didn't ask for permission. I just kind of took what I wanted. That's normally my MO, and that's not something I should probably do. So I just wanted to have a brief conversation with you about that.
Well, it's a good thing you brought wine, because this conversation certainly calls for it. I wish I could say that I was going to do it myself, but my mind was in a different space.
I just felt like it was the easiest way to get you to stop talking, honestly.
You're probably right. Short of killing me. Yeah. Well, now I know how to, if I wanted to happen again, I just have to compliment you.
Yeah, that would,
I appreciate you.
I get complimented a lot. I might just never stop
People
kissing
really
you.
mean it. Oh.
Well, I just, I wanted to take a moment, and I just wanted to say that, if I overstep my bounds, you can let me know, but
Not at all.
well,
What
good.
vintage is that?
I don't know. And Byron will pour a glass. We don't need to continue this.
It's a
Oh
37.
no, I'm getting cozy.
Yeah,
I'm settled
I
in.
am
Turlock.
listening along.
But as
You
the
have
as
our attention.
the camera pans in and you hear the glug 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 of the wine, and you see a screen wipe, and the next morning they're all at the kitchen table eating Nyx's prepared breakfast. But
Not accept this answer.
But
Ooh.
I need a performance for this cooking.
She literally has
Do
a feat as a chef. Is that right?
I literally do have
Yeah.
a chef.
You have never made us that gives us a benefit. That gives us temporary hit points, and you've never
No.
provided this.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's not. But this is not
Yeah.
about the benefits. This is about does it taste
I'm
good?
not eating them.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. You've never eaten food. You don't know food. At
I
least not.
have eaten
while-
food. I
Yeah,
just
what was the
Nyx
thing with the lemon
canonically
bars?
has eaten plenty of food.
Yeah.
She just does not need to and does not enjoy it, so she doesn't anymore.
Well, now
I
it's why
think
we
I've
have to
said
know.
I think I've said this before. Nyx canonically can eat food just fine. She just hates pooping, and she's just learned if I don't have to eat, then I don't have to poop. That's the canon reason. Has been for a long time, my friends.
Well, let's see.
I
Let's
don't remember
see
that
how good
coming
your
up.
food
I'm pretty
is.
sure I've said this before.
I don't remember that. I feel like I would remember
But no,
that.
Byron comes to the kitchen
yeah, no,
table.
she's just
Nix, you've got to put a toilet in here. I understand you don't need it, but the rest of us.
You look over and there's a zombie with his mouth open on the floor.
Oh
He's like,
no!
No.
So anyway, back to that
Draw
roll.
the line there.
Oh,
That
Whoa.
is where I draw the line.
That's where the zombies sweep all the floor dust into. It's your dirty mind.
Remember that one time I said the C word on stream, and then afterwards I was like, that was probably too far. I feel bad about that. Shame on you, Justin. You
Yeah.
got a new line.
That's nuanced.
I don't think I broke any laws there. So, but anyway,
No.
performance
That's how we
roll.
measure our stream.
Yeah,
fake loss.
performance. Right.
Wow, how did we
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
34 viewers at one time?
14.
14. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's better than what you would have got at
Good.
Blip Blops.
It's pretty good. All right.
Byron didn't even attempt to try it. He immediately used magic to season it with as stealthily as possible. He did not want her to know. He just didn't trust that an undead creature would know how to cook properly.
Stealth roll
What
perception.
can I can't beat him.
Well, no,
Oh.
you don't know what he could
Stealth.
roll really badly.
Yeah, see,
He
I
could
rolled a
roll really
14.
badly.
22.
Yeah.
The
You 100%
Yes.
see it.
Yeah. You see, I just
Byron,
yeah.
You're not even going to try them?
I am trying them, and he pops it
But
in
you're
his
not.
mouth.
But you're not. I saw what you just did. You just used magic to try to enhance it.
Alright, do you
Exactly.
want yours up? I'll eat it. I'll eat
That
yours.
is exactly
Yeah, Maeve
what
and Casper are just shoveling it down.
I
that is
stayed up all
exactly
night making these. You could at least
that
try
is
one.
exactly what I did. I tried it and I enhanced it. I took your flavors and I made them even better.
He didn't need to.
If you
This is
don't
this
want-
is delicious.
No, if you don't want me to cook, that's fine. I know I'm a little out of practice, but I thought I just tried to do something nice. For
Can
the
I
group.
just
Those of
say-
you that did eat it can take your extra temporary hit points.
Well, I ate
Byron
it, so
can go
I,
fuck himself.
I ate
I
it,
would-
so I get the
I would
temporary
just
hit
like
points.
to say, as soon as Nyx says like, I don't have to cook for you if you don't want me to, I just imagine
Fine.
Maeve and Casper just like sitting straight up like, I say what? Yeah.
No, it was silly. I thought we're staying here. I just thought I would do something nice for you in the morning, but I understand it was improper of me to assume that you would want to eat anything,
No, you
made by a ghost.
Nyx, you can cook whatever you. This was fucking delicious. Don't. She like frantically looks at Byron. Right, Byron? It was so good, and we are so lucky to have her cooking us free food.
I mean,
Well, see, I did believe you the first time you said it, but now that you're saying it like that, I don't think that you're being honest anymore.
no, it,
May I do a deception check, please? Or not
I
a
mean, are
deception check?
you being deceitful?
No, I want.
Sure,
Persuasion.
being deceitful.
That's on me because I never use it.
we have
Persuasion.
all
Roll a
heard.
persuasion.
15.
Yeah.
I am being deceitful.
19.
Oh, are you? You're being deceitful?
Oh no, I'm not being deceitful because she likes that like the only deceitfulness that she's doing is being like, Byron, tell her how much you like it because she doesn't want Nyx to stop cooking for them.
Yeah,
And
Byron.
she likes it just fine.
Byron does like it.
Tell me how much.
In
Well,
fact,
now that he's
no,
seasoned it.
I
Byron
like it.
likes
I liked it so
It's-
much that I upped the flavor profile. Let me
Next,
show.
next.
We should.
Listen,
We should.
listen,
we have.
listen.
We have.
Nick, let
I
me
have
show
to
you.
say,
Let me show you. And he says, "You're gonna have to taste your own food, though." And Byron is going to take her flavor profile and just amp it to 11 and hand it to her.
Give me Arcana?
Does-
I don't.
Is Byron a chef?
Percana?
Arcana, yeah.
Byron's not a chef, but
So give me an Arcana, I guess.
dirty 20.
Oh, it's fucking delicious. You eat it, and
Do I?
I mean it's you want a deception
out of a
roll?
sandwich.
Like we're just
She-
lying back and forth. with each
She
other now?
just she would not consume it, but she would like lick along the top of it.
She takes a bite and
Can you-
just
can you
spits it
mimic that?
directly out down.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, thank you. A little slower.
Yeah, or like bite, like chews and then spits it out.
The zombie, that one zombie runs over to try to catch it.
Scrapes
Okay.
off onto the
Get outta
floor,
here.
and the mouth comes up
Yeah.
high and eats it.
No, it's just
Um,
he's got his hands out because he doesn't want it to get on the floor to get yelled at because he's a terrible sweeper.
It is really good.
See, that's all I'm saying. I was so impressed with your cooking that I wanted to taste every bit of your flavor profile.
Okay, you can stop. It's fine. We
Teamwork.
should get on to Enchantara.
Nix, do you have any more?
Yeah, she's been. Yeah. She just pulls out from behind her, and it's just a tray of them piled high. They would have looked beautiful. Now, seeing the comparison of what they could be like, they look okay.
I'm
You're just
so
like, oh, well,
mad
now
at
that I
you
know what a
for-
10 out of 10 pastry is, these ones are like, they're fine.
Maybe
They're a
I'm
little
so mad at
underbaked,
you for choosing
you
a
know?
chocolate
The
croissant
kids
because I
in
just
a-
want to eat 5 of them now.
She used like too sweet of a chocolate, so it doesn't like complement the pastry quite as much. Like, you know,
So
could be
just
better.
Just to be devil's advocate here, do you feel like the lemon bar salesman? Like you promised gold, but you just gave meh.
To be fair, she didn't promise shit. She did her best, and then Byron went, this could be better. And it's like, I know it could be. I got a 14. I know they could be better. You don't have to rub it in by using magic on it, though. You don't go to your friend's house, and then before you even try the food, you immediately go, can I see your spice cabinet, please? Because this just looks like it needs more time. The audacity. Byron is a bad friend.
I like Maeve and
He
Casper just
is.
sitting. You know when there's two parents arguing in a failing marriage, and the kids just have to sit there because they can't say anything, or else
Like
it's
their
punished?
eyes like looking back and forth without moving their head, like just eating.
So-
Mom and Dad are fighting at the breakfast table.
Nix and Byron are having an argument, and again the screen wipes to black. And are you guys going to see the mages?
Yep.
Okay. And the next, you guys want to do anything else before we do that?
Yes. Is there someone in the bathroom when we step out?
So
And I hope so.
you walk out, and there is a Loxodon woman, and she is reading the newspaper. And when you open the door, she lets out a trumpet of an elephant noise that my noise gate would stop if I tried to do it. And she's like, oh, and she's covering herself. I don't understand. What has happened? What? And like you just keep coming out of this hole out of nowhere, and it's like it's like at the circus when the clown's getting out of the back of the car, and
Hello.
she is just, I don't understand. Why are you in the bathroom?
You don't need to
Why are you in the
understand.
bathroom?
I'm doing it too.
Sorry.
Gross.
I love her. New favorite NPC.
Horrible.
So Emily, does it
Oh, don't
all it
mind
takes
us.
is a pooping NPC? And you're like, I love this person.
Yeah.
No, Hattie with the Natty is still my
A
favorite.
talking rabbit? No. But all of a sudden I get a pooping elephant? Yes, please.
So relatable.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Listen,
Alright.
just wait until you
All
meet
right.
Maeve's family members, okay?
Guys, we got to progress
They're
the plot
just as
position.
nuts.
Oh.
Do we?
What time is it? What,
Morning.
Is it like bright and early?
Yeah, I would imagine morning.
Who the fuck is going for ramen at like 9 a.m.? Like,
you
frankly-
walk out, and there is the signs. They're on like a 3-part like a triangle,
Yeah.
and now it's like breakfast bowls. So it's like sausage and egg noodles, and stuff like that.
As they're leaving, Nyx is just like, that's actually a great marketing idea. Good job, Blip Blobs. Always ahead of the curve, those guys. All right,
You,
Enchantara.
Yep. As you guys are leaving, you see Chaucer. He's walking down the street towards the annex to get his education. What will the future hold for him? You may never know.
Question though, what,
Mhm.
where in relation to this place is the meeting for the Reborn Knights? Because they said
Okay.
dusk and dawn, and it would
Yep.
be dawn.
Oh, is it
So
dawn? I figured it was after dawn.
it.
We went to bed late.
I assumed we just missed our chance for it. Okay, whatever.
I mean, you guys tell me. You told me it was morning, which is kind of after dawn. If you
Okay.
want it to be earlier, you guys can totally do that.
Nope. We'll head on to the
So
Enchanters Guild then.
I have to export map. It is the square is going to be over closer to the blue section, which I will put into tavern chat.
The excitement that I feel over the idea that we're finally going to try to get in with Enchantara and get that sweet fucking badge. It's so close. And I know it's like not that close. Like we're still gonna have to jump through a billion hoops in order to get it. But like, oh, it's so close. Like I can almost taste it. Oh, go get out the badges.
All right, that is in tavern chat, which is in our Discord. Summoned all the players, and now I need to put your characters on the map. Byron, Casper, Nix, and me. Okay, so you guys come up to a large building. The rest of the city it's kind of flat. So there are, multi-story buildings here and there. But this building is built into a giant rock cliff. So there's a set of steps that go up about 60, 70 feet. And then there's this giant sprawling estate that almost looks like it's stretching up into the clouds. You guys have walked up the steps unless you want to do something else. And before you is the Mages Guild.
So do we just knock, or do they already know?
Is this person canon?
This person over there? Yep, that's a person. Oh, before we do anything else, I almost forgot to give credit where credit is due. So, this I got off of Tales Bazaar. The author's name is just Scott. The name of the board, though, is Cryella Defense Academy - Wizard College - Krella Academy.
Good job, Scott. Looks
Yep.
good.
Yeah,
Well done.
it's a good map.
We're
So
going to
yes, there is a person over here. It is a there's so many notes. Hold on 1 second here while I bring up my thing. All right, so it is a human. It's a human male wizard. Looks to be in his middle 30s. He's got the big pointy hat. He's got his wizardy book, also known as spell book to you other people. But he's out there. It looks like he's doing some sort of Tai Chi. But give me Arcana checks. Byron, you get it with advantage.
I would like to know, is he a hot nerd? Or like
He's just he's
nerd?
like no. I mean he's no Tom. But
For the
he's not
rest
an
of
uggo.
you, we understand that all nerds are hot, and Emily does
Yeah.
not speak for the rest of us.
I mean, you're looking at 5 of them right now. So.
Yeah. So like he's a we'll call him a 7.25 out of 10.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Interesting.
27.
27. Okay. Anybody else even anywhere close to that?
Nope.
I think I got in the teens. No, I got a 12.
So
how's the 4 do you for? Huh?
Maeve is over there. She's licking her fingers, and she's like, "Man, that breakfast was delicious." And Byron,
Agreed.
you see this wizard, and he is clearly going through. This is combat magic forms. So he is working through the motions to be able to cast more efficiently during combat.
Okay. Is there like a natural interruption point that we could, without being rude?
Sure. You can see that he's working through a set almost like a what is it? Vinyasana or what vinyasana? The yoga, like a yoga set, whatever the hell that word is. Um, you can see that there is a natural ending to it, and if you wanted to, that would be when you can just jump in there.
Okay. I would just kind of excuse me.
And he's in the middle of his pose, and he looks up, and he's like, "Oh, hello, how are you?"
We're doing fine. Are we able to just go in, or do we need to speak with someone first?
Do you have business with someone here?
What was the leader's name? I've already forgot. The albino.
Voltress.
Voltress, yes.
Voltress. Well, actually, our group was, the last time we spoke with anyone from the guild was Voltress, and we have some, I would say, important information that we need to discuss that he probably would be the person that we would speak to.
He when you say important information, he steps up, like kind of snaps straight. He's got extremely great posture, and with that role that you had, Byron, you would know that people who were very adept combat mages tend to have extremely, like, ludicrously good posture, because every single movement of their body in combat needs to be articulated. So if they have a hunch to their back, it might make sure that their spells don't work as well as they should. But he goes, is this about the missing mages?
Maybe we didn't know that mages were missing. We've been traveling on business. We're the Badge Bunnies. We've been collecting.
Badge Bunnies.
Yes, we actually are intersourced through several different guilds within Donver's Hold. We single-handedly stopped the zombie invasion that was, invading the town, murdering just tons of people.
That was you. Wasn't there a lady with a different arm and like a owl or something that was with you?
Oh well, they
They're
never became Badge Bunnies.
I will pull out Athena and just say, "You must mean this owl," and I'll
It's
pet her.
much smaller. I thought it was
the
larger.
the
Just as
stories.
flammable.
Everything gets blown up and out of proportion in stories. It's
You ever hear about the hentai dimension?
He goes, "No, hold on," and he takes out a book and a quill, and he licks the quill, and he starts to write. And is that Hen?
I hate
Yeah.
to
He writes it down.
I hate to interrupt. Your somatic forms are amazing, by the way, but we really do need to speak with Vultures, probably with haste, because we have a lot of things happening, a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak. If you're familiar with blacksmithing, you may not be. My friend was, but
The one with the arm.
yes.
Where's Voltress?
He says, hold on, I'll take you to him. Give me a history check.
Ooh, 10. Boo.
25.
25. Anybody else even remotely close?
Ooh. I didn't know it was an everyone one.
Sorry,
15.
I apologize.
Not even close.
13 for me.
Okay, so Byron, being almost fanatical in your want to have knowledge about wizards and mages, you would know that this is one of the Council of Nine. So there are 9 mages who essentially run the Mage Guild, and this is Destriac Morfang, which if you're looking for the spelling, Lisa, you could just hit tab.
Thanks.
Yep. So he walks you guys over and through the main entrance, and in the entryway is a... Oh, I went too far down on the map. Is a white dragonborn.
He's right inside the door.
Yep. So you guys can just walk in and go next to the bearskin rug.
No, wait. You can't. I can't get a spelling if you're moving him.
Oh,
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
fair. It's okay. It's fine.
Go ahead. I stopped moving him.
Okay, thank you.
It's D-E-S...
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I got it. All right.
Okay. So, standing in this is a rather large room, and the wall as you walk in, there are 9 empty chairs. Byron, with that knowledge roll, I'm just gonna let that roll over. You would know that this is each one seat for one of the 9 of the council. But standing in the entryway is a very tall dragonborn who looks like he has chemical burns on his arms, and he's standing there, but he looks like he has been maybe brought in from another room.
Brought in from another. Brought
Like
in
as in
like
no
is
no
he-
yeah like maybe Destriac did some sort of magic or just messaged him to let him know
Oh.
he needs to come into the front.
Hello. No, we were expecting Vulturus, but it's nice to meet you.
No, I am Vulturus. I'm sorry that the DM is terrible at explaining things.
Okay, we're used to it.
Makes sense.
Vulturus. It's good to
Uh,
see you again.
Byron would bow deeply.
Thank you, my child.
We have many things to discuss. Would you have time for us to speak now with you?
I have a short period of time. I'm sure you know of the missing mages. I need to work on that. But I do remember that we spoke. It seems almost a year ago now, but it's probably only been about 2 weeks.
Time is funny like that.
2 10-day. I forgot that I made a calendar. It's 10 days each.
So
we
I was going to say much like when we spoke to you, those weeks ago, we're fairly certain Prowler is involved.
And what information do you have for that?
I remove my robot.
Maybe we should go somewhere private first.
He goes, yes, I'm
I slowly put the robot back in my bag.
wait, what was that?
No.
Oh.
I'll show it to you. Casper's right. We should. This is a bit sensitive.
Someplace that doesn't allow for scrying or some type of divination protection, possibly, if you have that in.
He goes, yes, and he claps his hands, and if you look on the map, there is a small walkway that's going down. That wasn't there when you walked into the room. The floor, it starts to fold in on itself and pull back, and as it does, you can see steps that are leading you down into the building.
Now that's wizard college material right there.
Oh, good.
He
More bones.
More bones.
Oh.
So this is and let me get rid of those bones. That's not actually.
And we enter the
Aw.
necromancer's lair.
Aw.
Here, follow me down these stairs. Oh, you've fallen into my trap, you idiots!
The ceiling closes up behind you, and he just leaves. End of the campaign, guys.
We just
Okay.
can't get out.
You guys walk down these steps, and oh man, Tailspire, don't do me like this. There we go. This room, it is just carved in arcane runes, and it's floor to ceiling. On top of the ceiling, on the floor, there is just little tiny runes and words and symbols. And if anybody wants to give me an Arcana check, they certainly can.
I won't say no to a free check. 16. Someone's gonna blow that out of the water.
10.
Anybody better than 16?
32.
No one
Maeve-
else even bother rolling.
Maeve, you're looking there and you're like, is that something to stop? And Byron's like, oh yes, that is exactly to stop scrying. That's to stop teleportation. That one over there, and he's just pointing things out. Just
Okay.
all these things on the wall.
I had no idea you had so much magical knowledge. I didn't think that you were much of a, I guess, much of a scholar in that regard.
Scholar, yes. Proficient, no.
Well, with enough practice, I think anyone could probably learn how to pick up on those things a bit.
You've seen the extent of my entire life's work, so
How does Byron look?
sad.
Did I hurt his feelings?
Is that what
How
Nyx was
unfortunate.
trying to go for?
Nyx would never.
That's for my
Lisa,
pancakes, bitch.
That's for my pen au chocolat, you bastard. Oh, well, maybe one day. Anyway, Vultress, what did you So glad that we now have a safe space for us to talk about what we've discovered.
Byron turns away from Nyx. Bitch.
Give me a perception check and a stealth check. Now,
Mom and Dad are fighting at the Enchanter's Court.
so you guys, Nyx, are you just pulling the stuff out of your bag, or what were you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remove. I'm gonna remove the pieces of the robot and kind of show. Here's how it was put together. Here's the connections where you can see it would have been plugged into a body. Here's what we've learned about them sucking magic from mages to power these machines. And I Nyx trusts Vultress. They had a moment before they kind of bonded over like a spell that she failed. It was a very cute moment. It's been a long time, so no one remembers it. That's okay. But she likes him, so she would not keep any secrets and would just like boom, boom, boom. Here's everything we found.
Did we
Okay.
also store? What did we? Didn't we store something in the portable hole? Was
The-
it another body?
The body
A dead
and the
person.
wyvern.
Which body? You say the body.
Jay's body.
Yeah, the body of the cousin.
Maeve's cousin.
Okay.
So you're talking about all that stuff. Did you show the wyvern or anything, or is that still in somebody's pants?
I mean, I can show that if
I
you
just
guys want.
I don't care. I'm just trying to figure
I
out.
don't think it's relevant to.
Okay.
at least the
Yeah, I
mages.
would agree with that. I don't know that we need to mess up their beautiful.
Well, we can start
secret
with the
floor with-
the mages. We have more info than just the mages, though.
Okay.
more relevant to them.
So you show him the machine. Do you talk about the gnome that was in it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You spilled the beans, baby.
Yeah, we'll discuss everything. Prowler, the beans, them seeking out, particular books about dragons. Because based on the fact that he looks like he has acid burns, I'm taking a leap here.
So I think I talked to you guys about this before, but he is actually called the Alabaster Torch, and it's because of the fact that while working with magic, That's how he got those marks on his arms. He was working with fire magic, and his arms just caught aflame, and they couldn't put him out. And it's kind of a dick move by other mages when he was younger to call him the Alabaster Torch
Gotcha.
because he's white, like a very, very, you know.
He's
Well,
I think you
leucistic.
said he's like he's got like splotches of pink on him. Like it looks like he's got like raw skin.
yes, chemical from the
Mhm.
chemical, like the chemical
Yeah.
type burns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you guys are describing all the stuff that's in there, he says, "Is that was that Dorap Snit a gnome?" And he describes the gnome that you talked about.
Byron will disguise self into him.
This, and he points at Byron. This was the gnome that was inside.
Yeah, we killed him good.
Oh no, he was already dead. We killed the machine that had sucked his life force.
You
Wasn't
see
it
him.
like currently sucking his life force though?
Well, by the
yeah,
time
I think can we maybe get some clarification on that, Justin?
Yes.
Because I think there was a little bit of confusion.
Like you couldn't have saved him. This machine sucked out all that was him, right? And it was keeping him alive, but more along the lines it was making him a battery. Like there was no bringing him back. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, thank you.
So when you guys start explaining this, he takes a step back and just strokes his chin, and he just starts pacing. You can see that he's in thought. This, how many others did you find like this?
so far this is the only one we faced, but we have the intent of moving
He starts.
towards Prowler to potentially seek out more.
I think he
starts-
implied that there was several more, at least.
He starts rubbing his brow, and like the Dragonsborns have a little bit of a maul, and he's like kind of, he's rubbing his chin, but also like rubbing his nose like you would a beard, and he says, I know of 18 mages, 17 mages now that are missing. There are rumors of others that are disappearing around the countryside as well. Prowler did this. The soda guys.
Well, they are into many more facets than just soda. I mean, they've developed some of the magical integrations into clothing and signs around the area. They have developed small droids that float and are able to, divine spells on and look at people.
He
Crystal batteries, the ugly ass slap bracelets. They've got their hands in a lot of pies.
when you guys start talking about things like this, it's almost as if something's clicked in his brain. Like he never put together that all these things are being produced by the same company.
Wow, he is
He-
not smart for the head of a bunch of wizards.
Well, I
It
mean,
took us our year to figure it out.
Why do you think
so-
he almost burned
That's
himself to
fair.
down with fire?
well, no, but also think about a lot of the really, really smart people that you know. They're not always like, they're very intelligent, but they're not always wise. That's why there's two different stats in D&D, right? There's a difference
Fair,
between
fair.
intelligence and wisdom.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Thing
Okay.
is, wisdom saving throw is really bad, Justin. Is what you're saying.
So he looks at you and he goes, it fits. Why did we not see this? I've been so blind. I've been directing people to go find the missing mages. I haven't been looking at but this piece of the puzzle that you brought me, and he's going in like 8 or 9 different directions at one time, and he goes, would you all be able to help me find our mages?
Yes. We'll probably need one of those badges.
Yes, it makes sense. I will have one of my minions grab only 3 badges. I don't think you need 4. No, I'm just fucking with you. He was like, I'll be able to get that for you.
Also, probably funding, I think. And I'll tell you what, the fastest way to find your mages, piss off Prowler. Have him send a response force. I'm sure at least a few will show up. Speaking of which,
you want me to?
No, I'm just. Anyway,
I think that you're right. We will send a delegation to Prowler and demand that they tell us what's going on. No, this is you've got the right thinking. We will send a delegation.
Okay, listen.
If you're
give me a persuasion check.
If you're going
for
to send
enough money, we could act as the delegation.
Yeah, that's what Byron's going to say. If you're going to send a delegation, it needs to be us.
Yeah.
I like that. I am stretched thin. I'm 18, 17.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
17 mages short. I can give you money, or I could give you some money and some spell assistance, if that's what you'd like.
Yeah. What are your best spells? Lay it on us. Go ahead.
I mean, you're just going to be a delegation. I'm thinking
we're probably going to kill a lot of people. I mean, let's be real.
Why are we
because they're going to. Doesn't matter why.
No,
this is going to happen.
Hang on.
Actively killing people. They're killing a lot of mages in far worse ways than anything that we'll do to them. Maybe.
But we also, we can kind of lump this into other things. So we aren't just willy-nilly saying that we're just going to murder people because we think it's what needs to happen. They are actively trying to take over the town in a systematic approach. They are the ones that were behind the zombie attack that was in league with their red and gold dragon that is perched on their building. The Aruma, as she so calls herself, is the prophesized red dragon that will lay waste to this city.
So give me a persuasion. You're going to have advantage because of all the facts that you're giving. You're going to have to roll high. I rolled an 18. He believes in due justice. In his mind, you guys should be processing this. Give me a second to finish this before you tell me you got a 400 or something. But in his mind, this should be something that should be brought before the Bronze Mall. So go ahead and tell me what you rolled.
21.
Okay. He looks at you, and you can see that he's grappling with this because he really does. He believes in due process and the justice of the system that they have here. And he goes, I understand what it is that you're trying to do. I would ask that if possible, you bring these people, and you can see he's starting to get a little angry now. To justice.
Yes, any way possible. If we can allow your mages to come home in any form or fashion, we would absolutely like to save them. The leadership of Prowler and their involvement with this dragon that is the prophesized death of the city and potentially the world, maybe not. I mean, you know how prophecies are.
He chuckles and he says, "Not the most reliable, are they?"
Weirdly enough, this one's seeming to be. We're just following it word for word. It is seeming to work out. And Byron points to Casper. This guy, we went to an ancient dwarven city under a volcano, and he put together and reforged a lance that is supposed to be the death of a god, which may be this dragon. You know, we're literally we're just kind of checking them off the list.
May I
Absolutely not.
see
Don't
this?
even. Nope.
Okay.
So,
Good
listen.
question: Are you able to look at it without touching?
Yeah. Yes, I can. If you'd can you show me the lance?
We can show him the lance.
Here it is. He says.
Look, if you don't want to, that's fine. I don't. This is Justin
It's
speaking.
a very important artifact, and also you're a mage, and I don't understand magic very well, so I don't know what tricks you have up your sleeve. But you can look at it. I think that's okay.
Give me an insight check. How about that?
Can Byron assist him?
Sure. Yep. You can
Maybe like
you can.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and look at him like really closely. Yes.
So for those of you that don't know, when he assists, that means that he gets advantage. Okay, so you got a 23. This old dragonborn, you look at him, and he does not look dishonest. In fact, looking at him, from what you know of magic, if he wanted that, he would just take it from you.
I know that.
He could try, but
Yeah.
also I like this dude, so like I trust him with it. It's fine.
He's
It's fine. It's fine.
Look here, you little bitch.
I will. Casper shows it. He does not hand it.
He looks at it, and he goes to put his finger on it, and looks at you, and he pulls his finger back, puts his hands behind his back, and just leans in. And you can see him reading the arcane writing up and down the lance. And he goes, Do you know what this does? Do you know what this will do if you kill a god with it?
I believe it will put me inside of it. Right.
Yep.
That's what it was.
That is the prophesized.
Yep. That is safely filed away under deal with it when it comes. Unless you have a solution right now, which I would love to hear.
How about this? Instead of money, you'll still get your badges, Lisa.
Thank you.
Look at the camera.
But he thinks about it for a second while Justin gets his notes to where they need to be. And he says, what if I put 2 of my better members on it to try to break this enchantment? I think that they can stop the transference of power.
The problem is that it's a prophecy.
Did you not listen to what I said earlier about prophecies?
Went in and out. But
look, here's the thing. I can give you some magic, or I can get Manchester Stout and Tyrion Moonglow to try to fix this for you.
Will preventing his soul being put into it upon the death of a god also prevent any type of power transfer that would enable it to kill said god?
He says, I want to be completely honest with you. I don't know, but I think we can change the energy transference to something or someone else. But if we can't, I'm just trying to give you something that might be worth more.
So potentially, if we kill something with it, its essence gets stored in the lance.
Possibly.
Oh, that's how we prevent regeneration.
Possibly.
It's not a bad
Wait,
idea.
regeneration?
Well, so
Sorry.
Aruma, we're fairly certain that all of the dragon attacks that we have seen in history have essentially been the same dragon that keeps giving birth to essentially her next version, and then that dragon grows up and proceeds to go crazy again after laying another egg.
So there is a montage. There's just some catchy 80s synth riffs in the
Going
background
through
as you guys are like,
montage.
yeah, you guys are going back and forth and looking at books and looking at the staff and looking at books. You guys go through all this, and he's caught up with it, and he goes, I must think on this.
Me too.
I don't know what to make of this. Is a lot, but if you want, I can have them look into this magic. And he asks you to go upstairs to where the rune, like everything's not blocking the sources of external magic, and he wants to essentially take a air quotes etching of it, which would just be the equivalent of Byron's magic to be able to show what another person looks like, right? So that his mages can work on the puzzle that is the magic of the lance.
If we do leave it with them, we could still check out this meeting and then come back afterwards.
You don't have to leave the lance. You keep the lance. It's essentially them taking a picture of the lance so that they can. It's magic kind of works like math, right? So you have to have all of the pieces of the equation to
It's
make it
just-
work.
Magic is just science we don't understand yet.
Yep.
Gross. Okay.
Volstrus, would I potentially be able to make use of a teleportation circle if you have one here?
Where are you trying to go?
No, I would like to come back here. I know minimal amounts of magic, and casting teleport for our group is one I could bring us back here if we decide we want to have you make the adjustments to the lance if you have a teleportation circle. I figured a wizard college as yourself, you probably had something of this sort.
We call it an anchor room, but yes, this is we definitely do. And he walks you into a room. It's about 25 foot square, so 25 feet on each side, and in the center is a why can't I think of what it's called?
Rune?
It's
Glyph?
it's all written into it's the math equation for like the perfect shape. It's a nautilus.
Fibonacci's.
Yes, yeah, it's
Golden ratio?
yeah, the golden ratio.
Yeah.
That's how that is
Fibonacci
how
sequence. Yeah.
it's written into that shape around the floor. But just by being in this room, you would understand how to anchor to this place. So if you needed to teleport to this place, you can do it.
Great. Recorded.
Okay. So you did that.
Byron, do you maybe have another question for him?
Is there any other council members that we could potentially meet? Or...
Are they missing? Are any of the council members missing?
I was getting to it.
No to the council members, but there are 17 other members of this particular guild that are missing, right? There was 18, but he knows about the one that passed. Everyone else that's a council member is in the building. They have a mini. If you want to talk to them, they're there.
Do you know anyone by the name of Farron?
He thinks for a second. I knew a Farron. It's been a long time. He was a necromancer. He thinks for a minute and he goes, I don't know what became of him. There was news that he died a while ago, but I don't know. I've lost touch with him.
Fair enough. I was just curious.
Okay. Any other questions before I fade into oblivion?
Yeah, I'd like to know the name of the 7 other council of mages and also what their favorite colors are.
Okay, hold on 1 second and I can get that information for you. All right.
Also, if they have any like special schools of magic or like
Okay.
quick ways to befriend them.
So
Studious.
I'm gonna give you a brief rundown, and then I can give you all these notes that I have. So Voltrus, he's a 77-year-old dragonborn. We talked about him. Destriac, we talked about him. He's 36-year-old human male wizard. There is a gnome with the name of Charu Baliwaz. There is a tiefling with the name of Studious. There is a wood elf, female wood elf, known as Tyrion Moonglow. That's one of the people that was going to help with the equations. There is an old gnome named Zapboom. There is a half elf named Yogratif. There is a regular old elf named Pilowin Mithrosk. And then there's Manchester Stout. And that is a human male. Do you want all their colors? I can do that. I do also have information like Manchester Stout is a huge fan of the Blastaball.
Throw it in the Discord. I want all the details.
loves the Northampton Displacer Beasts.
I was gonna say, yeah. Tell us what team when you put it in the Discord.
Yeah, it's Northampton Displacer.
I want their favorite colors going down from top to bottom, just to be Roy G. Biv.
This is what Byron spies have been getting for us. Just all this miscellaneous information. I got their favorite colors, boss. Good, excellent.
I do. I would like to ask Vultures as well, because we know that there are 18 mages from Enchantara that are missing, but just kind of being tapped into the city, being tapped into like that, the magic culture, there could be way more mages that are gone that just aren't directly tied to the Enchantress Court.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
So
That's
does
correct.
he? Okay, and could he confirm that? I mean, if I think the idea is like if he says there's definitely 18 of these robots that are out there, but oh yeah, I've heard rumors that there's another like 100 people that have gone missing in the past year.
So I did mention that there are rumors of magic users disappearing throughout the countryside. Yes.
Do you know the name Lucia Donnelly?
He says that Donnelly. I know the Donnelly name. They're those the.
Careful what you say here.
They're those. Yeah, I was trying to think of how not to
Maeve
punch
comes
face.
running across and punches.
They're those. That's those
Can't be like
thieves guild,
cool.
right? They're from up north. They're in Torgod's. I forget the hell the name. Hold on, get my mother map.
Hold?
Yeah.
Was it just hold?
Yeah.
Or God's hold?
I think it
I
might
hear they're pretty fucking cool.
Prolific, very similar to the rabbit.
I did hear that. I heard that they breed like rabbits. Did you know there? He goes into a thing about Turbulence Island, about the rabbits that are going crazy there.
Yes, and then I tell
Where?
him, well, this is actually where we got the lands, ancient civilization, dwarven, and then
Paragon foot.
yeah, we'd pull out. I would pull out all of the notes I took about the ancient dwarven civilization that was basically extinct down there that we had taken for enchant.
You get inspiration for that. He asks you. He's like, could you take that to could you take that to Yogratif? That's the half elf.
Mhm.
And so we can keep that in our records. And just so I don't forget, it's Torgad's Cove, Torgadscove, and that's where the Donnellys live. It is north of the, it is north of Shale Beach. It's past the mountains where you guys went to the Pushwick mines. So if you guys were to continue going north, past the mountains of the Pushwick mines, that is where Torgad's Cove is at. But for that information, Byron, you're going to get 100 gold.
Wow.
Can I tell him about the dwarven ruins that we found and the cool information we? Any chance one of these nerds is a really big like dwarven architect fan?
That would be the Yorgatif, but that is they're keeping the records. They're just a record. That's like their jam is record keeper. But we can figure that out next time because it is now 11 o'clock and we are done for the evening. I really appreciate everybody for sticking through. I apologize, my brain has a little bit of the COVID brain on it, but we really appreciate you all for being here. Emily, you get to pick inspiration.
I am going to give inspiration to Misprint solely for the sheer number of comments that he left in chat today.
Okay, cool.
And it's like a welcome back inspiration.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Well, Misprint, next time you get to have inspiration, which, means you can give me advantage or disadvantage or give the players advantage whenever they roll. We really appreciate you all, and we hope we get to see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.